Now, what are the objectives of any research? So, to discover answers to questions through the application of scientific procedures, to find out the truth which is hidden and which has not been discovered yet. So, these are the main purposes of any research. Now, there are different groups or types of researches, you can say, or how exactly these objectives of any research are classified. Now, depending upon their nature, we can group these objectives into four categories. Depending upon the nature or the way the research for that particular specific topic is carried out, on the basis of that, objectives are classified into these four groups. So, first type is exploratory or formulative type. Now, what exactly this exploratory means? To gain familiarity with a phenomenon or to achieve new insights into it. So, when you try to explore something new, that is exploratory type. So, to gain more knowledge, to gain more familiarity, you start exploring it. Say simple Excel you take. Excel, there are good number of mathematical analysis things are involved. So when you don't know it, when you start exploring something new, you find out something altogether new. Sometimes even the people who have put this Excel also might not have explored it, but you come up with new solutions and new way of presenting it. So such exploratory type of things which are involved in a particular research, they form this first group. Now the second one is descriptive type. Now these descriptive type are basically the social science related issues. So to portray accurately the characteristics of a particular individual, situation or a group. Now here, when we say a particular situation or a group, here basically see, now just compare a set of Belgamites with some tribal group. Now the situation for the tribal group are different. The situation for the urbanites are different. Now when the same problem is given, the way these two groups respond are different because they are conditioned to respond in a specific way because their day-to-day experiences or life experiences or their circumstances are like that and they have made them respond in a specific way. Similarly, the urbanites, their way of responding to a particular situation is different. Just simple example I will give you. If a neighbor is not keeping well and a person is going to office, in an urban situation, first the person will think, okay, today if I have to take care of this person, I have to take leave. Or else first thing I have to say that, okay, 1 hour I am coming late. Take permission. So his first thing goes where, he has to inform the company or the office wherever he is working. Whereas in a tribal situation or in a small village situation where the person is not bothered what will happen after 2 hours. For him, this person who is not keeping well, how he can help him is important. So he will start thinking, he will start collecting information about how to go about the next pertaining to only that person. So here the same situation, but the same problem exposed to two different class of people. The solution is different. So what solution you get from this person is different and the same thing cannot be applied to the other condition. So these give you a kind of descriptive type of a objective. So here the description for this kind of a situation is different solution and the another kind of a situation is different. Similarly, if you go towards further where Like calling upon another person itself is a difficult thing. You don't know the neighbors also. Okay, it is their issue, their affair. We are not bothered. Though we are human beings, we are not bothered. So there may be some place where the situation may be like that because they don't interact with one another. So these descriptive type of issues or the objectives are basically different for different individual situations or group. So accurately how to portray these characteristics pertaining to that particular group only, they are coming under this descriptive type of research. Now the next type is diagnostic type. To determine the frequency with which something occurs or with which it is associated with something else. Now diagnostic is basically the diagnostic type. Now you want to diagnose something or simple. Often we say, no, last year at this time the temperature was less. This time the temperature is very, very high. So what the weather report says is, like this time the temperatures in Belgaum are going to be 2 degrees higher than the previous. So it is going to break the previous records. So this is diagnosis. You are comparing or you are finding something new, why this time it is happening. Now, what are the reasons for this increase in the temperature? So all those kind of a things lead to diagnostic type of objective. Now again, to determine the frequency with which something occurs. Now, is it going to repeat? This kind of a thing was there 20 years back also, something like this had happened. Previous year like this, there was a reason. So even similarly, the same thing holds good for floods also, or the rains, or the winter seasons. So all these things, when are they repeating? So even now, COVID also, people are referring, okay, in 1920, plague had come. So after every 100 years, this happens. So you are trying to relate, like at which frequency this is repeating. Is it going to repeat like this? So some kind of a diagnostic type of a or analysis or the objective, what you define, that leads to diagnostic objectives. Next one is hypothesis. Now this hypothesis testing is usually done in management studies where you assume something. Assume that, okay, this cannot happen. This cannot happen. Now for that cannot happen, you start collecting the information. Why it cannot happen? So the hypothesis is this particular thing cannot happen. Now for this, what are the reasons for this? So you start testing. What is the probability of this happening? And ending the result with this hypothesis. Or what is the next factor which is going to affect? So like this, keep one parameter and test for that parameter. So there are other versions in this actually, zero hypothesis. Many other things are there in this. Even in our network analysis and all, we say that, okay, usually we always say that the voltmeters and current meters. The voltmeters or, I'm sorry, the voltage sources have zero resistance and current sources have infinite resistance. Now, what exactly this means? We assume this, our hypothesis is that these two devices are going to work like this. But practically, it is not at all true. But this kind of a assumption gives us further results very easily. Later, we apply correction to them. Okay, this cannot be possible. So this is the correction factor. Then finally, the outcome is this. In the beginning only, if you assume that there is going to be some resistance in the power supply, or there is going to be lesser resistance in the current meter or emitter, then some current is going to be drawn. So our all the circuitry or circuit analysis becomes very, very complex. If you assume this, you will arrive at some solution and then the correction factors are applied. So this, when you assume like this is nothing but your hypothesis. You are setting some standard or hypothesis. Then for that you are testing the other parameters and arriving at a solution. So these are the different types of objectives and how they are classified. The different objectives, how they are classified. So around these are going to be our actual research. Any research which we carry out is going to fall in one of these categories. Our objective is either exploratory type or descriptive type or diagnostic type or hypothesis testing type.